Hey, what it do with the business is,
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown if you're looking for me on social.
Absolutely, man. And I am Spike Lou on them same social sites. Holla at your boy, AB. We got another guest in the building this week.
Yes, sir.
The infamous Mr. All Disrespect himself, man. Young Nick, what it do, my
What's
brother?
going on? I thought I changed my ways. I've been trying to be better. I've been trying to relax, but being around some real niggas, I always turn up every now and then.
We
Glad to have you
appreciate
here,
it. We
man.
glad to have
Oh,
you.
and let me set my record straight on the because I don't know we talked about this before, but the Jay-Z, Obama, MJ.
Yes.
I heard Cuz last week. He said Jay-Z no question. Y'all say Jay-Z no question, but it's Obama, bro. It's Obama. I don't know.
You younger than
It
us,
don't
though.
matter.
That's all
It
it
don't
is. It
matter.
is.
It's about when you like I told y'all, is when you retell that story, bro. You want to be say I shook the hand of the first black president ever.
Bro,
Jay-Z
And
ain't got
niggas,
shit on that.
I'm
niggas
doing
gonna be
MJ
like,
got
yo,
shit.
I'm doing a swim
telling you.
move past Obama going straight to hold, bro. I ain't gonna hold.
Niggas, niggas gonna be like, but
Beeline
They
damn,
swim
say,
Hove
move,
was there?
nigga.
What was Hove doing? Hove was
bro.
there though? You shook Obama hand, that's cool. But Hove was there?
First of
Was
all,
Beyonce with
after
him?
Obama, first of all, after Obama, it's definitely MJ. The whole last to
Hove
me.
last? Oh,
Whole
that's crazy.
last to
That's
me. I'm
crazy.
sorry. I'm sorry. MJ Black Jesus, Lou. I don't give a fuck what you say. MJ don't reference Jay-Z in his quotes.
Okay,
Jay-Z reference
that
MJ.
all right, that's just a handshake. If it's three open seats and they had three different tables, you sitting at Barack table.
He got the most connects. He gonna take these student loans away.
Now
Look
that's
at it by
fair. Now that
I
is a
give you
fair
that.
think about
point.
it, bro.
I
He did,
sit down.
bro.
I
Who
sit down and talk with Barack before I sit down and talk with Jay-Z.
who
I
don't, bro?
think.
Like
I think. I don't know.
everybody owe
Being
Barack
honest
a
with you.
favor. You know what I'm saying? You
I
Absolutely,
feel
just
gotta
for
like
the
he'll be on some.
plug.
I feel like Barack would. I feel like Barack would be on some corny shit. You sit down. Hey, young
Nah,
man.
Barack
How's
cool.
it
They say
like? I'd
Barack
be
cool
like,
in the motherfucker outside. I know people
bro.
that. Nah, they say he cool as
That's bro. Nah,
that's cap.
Barack is like an old school
mm,
Dave Chappelle. Like white people love him, but when real talk, we get him one on one, he a real nigga. He says some real,
yeah, nigga.
Facts.
he says some real motherfucker Quran shit too. He's speaking from the,
Oh
he's
shit.
speaking from off the beat, nigga.
Oh shit. Hey man, listen,
That's funny as hell.
action-packed week of hip hop. Glad to have Nickel on the ride, man. 50 Cent has a new business venture, more content coming from him. We're gonna talk about his new app, see if he have a better go at it than some other people who have tried and have failed. T-Pain talks about his first record deal. We're gonna tell if he got robbed or not. And Joe Budden has gotten cool with Lil Yachty, man. And Lil Yachty said he would pen a better verse than Joe. We'll debate that as well. But first, Drake has popped out with new music, new solo music, but not just music, 100 gigs of content behind the scenes, making of studio footage, shit that went back years. He dropped it on the website with also three new records as well. One record featured Lotto, another one featured Young Thug and 21 Savage. Lou, I'm starting with you. Was this his first smart play since the beef, or was this another swing and a miss?
It wasn't a swing and a miss. This was for people like you, AB, and shout out to Mo. This is for the stands. Like real niggas already like we danced on his grave, so we didn't have to endure shit like this no more. We didn't have to click on this because everybody else was listening to it and it was gonna be popular and the talking points. We crip walked across the stage so we didn't have to sit down and listen to 100 gigabytes of Drake content. We don't want to see these videos. We don't want to see any of that. This is just for the stands. And it was a good move for the stands to get y'all back motivated, to make y'all feel like, yeah, our guy, he's not dead yet. So y'all could be out here supporting him. But no, I didn't look at 1 second of this content. It was not interesting. When y'all sent it in the group chat, like there was nothing about this that was appealing. But I do want to be fair. It doesn't mean it was a miss though. I seen people talking about it. Y'all were discussing it in the group chat. The fans, I know AB, you finna get into it. Y'all were super excited about it. So it was a smart play. This is the first time that, well, one of the few times since the Kendrick thing happened that we've been able to speak about him in a light that has nothing to do with the beef or the diss. So smart move by him, man.
Nick, what you think? Was you rocking with the content?
I think I agree with Lou. It definitely was. It was probably his best move since the beef. But I will say it's kind of like you trying to get back with your girl or your baby mama, and you just always show her just a flood of y'all happiest moments to make her remember to
You
make her
remember this,
remember.
baby?
After you
we
done
was in
fucked
Puerto
up.
Rico.
This after she caught him in Punta Cana fucking with two Red Bulls.
This right
That's what
before the
this.
waiter started tripping. You remember?
Oh, shit. It's
Yeah.
before you had the passcode to my phone. But
Oh
yeah,
shit, man.
yeah, this is what that was. It's a great move though, because again, his legacy shouldn't really be tarnished by the loss of the beef. Like he is a legendary music act. Period. Like he's reached past the whole like he's just in hip hop obviously because he does things outside of hip hop. But this was a break glass in case of emergency. This was supposed to be for his documentary that came out or that was going to come out down the line, and he just sped that up like, hold on, fuck it, let's just drop this because I got probably 15 or 10 more years at least of material that I could show somewhere else. But for right now, I need to remember, y'all need to remember who I am. You know what I'm saying? I am the nigga who gave you hits for all these all these years.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point. I didn't think about that because I know Kanye, he's filmed his whole last couple of albums, and Kim always talks about the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy footage and the Life of Pablo and Yeezus and all that. And he took the footage that he had and leveraged it for a big dog deal with Netflix. So I'm kind of surprised, like you just said, I didn't really think about that. Like, damn, I wonder why he might not have leveraged this into some type of documentary or something. But with that being said, he probably does have extra shit because this was just kind of like scattershot. It was a lot of fly on the wall type footage, which if you're into how the sausage is made, then this is right up your alley. I thought it was cool. Obviously, I'm not going through 100 gigs. I'll let the blog sites sort all that shit out and then just post the highlights. I'll watch those, which I did. And there was definitely some cool shit in there too. Because you really don't get to see that much. Artists of Drake's stature, they really don't let you in behind the curtain. And so this was a look behind the curtain. It was pretty cool. I wish more artists kind of did shit like this. I like the making of shit. I used to like when Wiz Khalifa would do vlogs and stuff like that. That shit was cool. I was here for that.
Oh yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So this is right on my alley. And I do think it was probably his first smart play, although it's really his first solo play. A lot of the stuff that he's been tied to since the beef has been features, whether it was the parody of the Delilah or the Sexy Red song. He hasn't done anything solo. This was the first solo thing, and just like over the years, he's made right moves. He obviously has a team, and they work overtime. And this was a smart move for coming from his side. So, and the records were cool. I like the one with Thug and 21. I actually really like that song. The one with Lotto was cool. I'm at the demo for that, and I didn't really do with the other one. The other one was like an island type joint. I can't really do nothing with it. So I thought the songs seemed to be semi well received. People like the 21 joint, but it was interesting. But yeah, this a more packaged version of this probably would have been dope. But I mean, I'll take this too. This is cool. It's like some loose footage.
What stood out the most? Like what was the best piece of footage?
Man, him making that they showed him recording two things. They showed him recording in Wyoming for Kanye, and they showed the song that he did for him there. That was kind of dope. And then they showed he was doing something off Nothing Was the Same, and I can't remember the fucking song though. But so it was cool. It wasn't just like, oh, this is all her lost footage, nigga, from a year ago. It was like shit from hellas ago. Like even when he was making views, he was talking about the song with Rihanna with his mom in the studio. That song was about Serena, and it was cool seeing like different eras of Drake and not just nigga, we just filmed this last year shit. So that was that was dope. I thought that was cool. There's a lot of good shit in there though, but I wouldn't source it in just a blog page.
How is it formatted? How is it formatted? It's on a website. You just hit play like a YouTube. Like how is it formatted?
It's on
it's
on a
files
website, and it's broken down in different folders, and the folders have names. And so when you open the folder, it's a clip.
That's pretty cool. I think to both of y'all point though, I think it was Break the Glass emergency. I was working on a documentary, but I don't think that this is all of it. I think now it's probably just structuring, and it's gonna be an official release with Apple or Amazon where you're gonna get the Drake documentary.
Yeah,
like that. I feel like this is teasing for that.
Yeah, yeah. But my question to y'all is, as Serena Williams' husband, how many times you gonna hear Drake talk about your wife before you pull up to the nigga? Like, all right, right.
Man, he's Scrooge McDuckin, bro. That nigga ain't stunned Drake, dude. He overseas.
I finna say he picking the right one because he one of the few niggas that probably would care. Like as much money as dude got and how he
Right.
living, he probably do not care.
Yeah, he
It
probably
probably rarely makes it to his radar.
I'm
He don't
sorry,
get him. He
bro.
don't involve himself in no nigga shit. This nigga
Bro,
shit.
this the biggest pop act since shit for a minute since Beyonce first came out. Like he
He
knows
probably think it's
he
cool.
oh
He probably think it's cool.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
You know how white boys is, man. Like he probably, oh
Nah, he
man, the
probably,
Drake's talking about me. Like you know what I'm saying?
I know, but I know Serena's people's like, all right, nigga, like you ain't gonna protect your wife. If you was Serena cousin like that, you gonna talk about your wife like that, boy.
The black side of her family is definitely not liking this at all. I agree with that 100%.
it wasn't just for the record, it
But
wasn't nothing
man, shout
negative
out.
though. He was talking about it though.
He gave, like I mentioned, he gave us these as like these are just crumbs off my golden documentary that's coming out. The crumbs is, oh yeah, by the way, your wife gonna like the songs as long as it's a bop. You know what I'm saying? She'll give a fuck
Even
what
if
I'm
I am
talking.
talking about it.
Like, I'm like, what, nigga? What else you got in that documentary? Must got he gonna have her showing distance camera angles of them on the balcony on the beach somewhere.
And
He
that
just
nigga
got
was
done
talking
fucking the shit out.
intimately about Serena though. He was like, yeah, I know the type of
Hey,
record she like, you know what I'm saying? So I made this for her. So I was like, damn. Yeah, all
if
right.
the vacation footage with him and Serena come out, now he got a problem. Now the husband got
Yeah,
a
nah.
problem.
Nah,
Like,
y'all said he good. Y'all said he screws
That's when the
McDuck.
cease and
you ain't
desist
finna
come
put
out.
the vacation footage. Yeah, you ain't putting the vacation footage with you and my wife out there, and I got all the night. We ain't doing that. You can
The
talk all you
vacation
want to,
footage
little
is
nigga, but
crazy.
yeah, you ain't like y'all ain't finna be
But
on the
wouldn't he,
balcony with her in the bikini and shit. You drying her off. Like, nah, bro, we ain't doing that.
hey, bro, wouldn't he do that though? Wouldn't that be the
He
ultimate Drake
would.
thing? And I'm dying watching that shit too.
Ah, he
Oh,
would though. That's funny as hell, man. Y'all go check out them 100 gigs of content if you're into that sort of thing. All right, man. Big music weekend over the past weekend. We talked about it last week. AB had a drop from Lotto, drop from Benny, had a drop from Larry June. Of these three albums, I want to know from you two guys, which one did you like the best? Who won the weekend? I'll start with you, Nick.
I'm gonna go with Lotto. I'm gonna go with Lotto. I think she's doing the Lotto is because I think Joe Budden was just talking about her as like top three female MCs. I think
mhm.
I just saw her. She had an interview with Ebro where she's continuously trying to give everybody to run around on who she fucking with.
Why do we
um,
care? Like, why is this such a big deal? Just because she won't mention who it is?
because it's a woman. You know, when it
Uh,
comes to female artists, we always care about who they dating and shit.
yeah.
Um, even though like honestly, I don't care, but everybody's saying it's 21, so we'll
Mhm.
see. But I think she's having a sneaky good year. I think she's having I think when it comes to just rappers like the top eight that's hot right now, she is easily included in that. And I don't think people talk about her like that, even though she still brings out a crowd. She still got a name. Shit, Drake, one of his Lucy's was the Lotto record. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she's on A-list radars. Like I think she's having a really sneaky good year when we look back on it. So I'm gonna say she got it.
AB, what say you?
Yeah, the Lotto was cool. I like the first half. The second half, it kind of changed tones, got a little more commercial. But she's talented. I'm a fan. Obviously, if you listen to the show, you already know that. But I will say, I think the who won the weekend was Benny. I thought Benny Project was straight through, and I wasn't expecting it. He kept it short, straight to the point, 9, 10 joints. Man, and them motherfuckers was fire. Yeah, he was spitting on there. I know we kind of gave him hell last week because summertime Benny and he don't make summertime music, so those two things don't match. So I didn't want to hear it. But that shit was fire. I give it to him. Larry June, that's my guy. I like the second half of that, opposite of Lotto's. I thought he didn't get into his bag until the second half of the project, but that Benny was straight through. That surprised the hell out of me. Niggas in the chat was saying it was better than that album that came out earlier this year. You might be on to something. He's spitting that kitchen table so fire. Oh, like, God damn. Nigga, I ran that back
Yeah.
about 5 times, dude. So yeah, he won the weekend, but Lotto did her thing. I will say, am I tripping or do you hear Drake influence on about 4 or 5 of them songs though? Especially the intro.
I'll say this.
Yes.
The ladies love Drake, and I think like you mentioned, you could tell Lotto's trying to get into her commercial bag. So there is going to be influence, but I still think she does bring something different to the table, though. I don't think it's just like she's the female Drake type shit. I just think that she's trying something that is going to bring her more money and more audience,
But I don't think it's a
or
coincidence
and
that
expose
she.
it to a big audience.
I don't think it's a coincidence she pops up on a Drake song too, though. And we probably should have called this because we said this when that Big Mama came out. We were like, damn, it kind of sound like Drake, especially how the beat switch, and it sounds like he's coaching. I'm not trying to make it like nigga he handing her the fucking composition notepad. Now I ain't saying to that level, but he's clearly coaching her, and you can
I
hear it
mean,
on the album.
Kendrick does say he spent a lot of time in Atlanta, Lou. So he know how to help.
True. Because that
He
pen,
know
that
how to
pen
help.
doing work,
That's it.
nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck you talking about? That's why Drake won.
I listened to the Larry June. I was least impressed by it, and Larry June is my guy. But it sounded like he was kind of bored with this album. Like it gave off like really like bored. Like, and usually his music, you know, it's that fun summertime. Like, okay, I'm here for this, and he'll add some different stuff in there. But I felt like it was too like. I don't know, it was missing something, man. I just couldn't put my finger on it, but it still sounded good. It's Larry June. It's still a good project. The Lotto, I think she did her thing in the sense of I'm now not really just focusing on being the best rapper. I do want to make more commercial shit, and you could tell. Like she's trying to elevate to the next level of her career. You could tell that's what this album was. It wasn't just, oh, I can rap. Because I feel like her last project that we talked about is, oh, I'm trying to prove to these bitches that I can rap. So I did enjoy that, even though I probably won't go back to it. It's not what I like Lotto for. Like I'm a fan because she can rap, and she wasn't doing a lot of rapping on there. It was more like the simple stuff, but it works. She had the #1 album, so shout out to her. I think she wins the weekend for having the #1 album. But I agree with you, AB. We gave that Benny hell. There's no such thing as summertime Butch. Like nigga, you hoodie season Butch. You'll never get out of that lane. But this was cool though. Like I was surprised that I liked it that much. 10 songs, 25 minutes. He hit like it was perfect as far as how long the album was. Like so that was one of the things that worked for him. And the summertime Butch theme, saying that between the songs, just keeping you engaged with it. I feel like he did it. It was way better than I thought it was. Not saying that he put out bad projects. I just didn't think that this was the right move for it. But he definitely surprised me. And to your point about having a song on repeat, that the Blue Building. For me, I ran back 6, 7, 8 times in a row. As far as him just ripping it. Benny get in his bag where he do this thing. I like what he addressed the J. Cole and people saying that Cole was dissing him on the track. Like he was giving some more stories than Larry June and Lotto were doing, and I was way more entertained by that. But I will give Lotto the weekend since she had the #1 out.
Yeah, that was my thing. It's like you know what you're getting from like when I don't know why people were counting out Benny. I know everybody has like a little slump run. I feel like with music these days, especially, but then when they get it back, they get it back. And yeah, I know it's still hot as fuck down in Atlanta, but up here it's getting you can see it's a crisp in the air.
Crisp in the air already.
Yeah, bro. Fall getting up this bitch way early, you know, and I'm in Connecticut. Yeah. Like, so you could tell with Buffalo, like Buffalo
it's gonna snow next week and everything.
Buffalo feel like Halloween up in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So
I guess it is, but
for me, it's like, but like to have a #1 album, like that's a sneaky good. Like I heard y'all talk about Cardi last week and stuff like that. So it's just like to see like like you know, I know I hate to say it like it's all, you know, there only can be one, but right now Lotto is the one to me as far as female rap. Like I know Meg was brought out for Kamala's thing. Yeah, I get that. But to me, I feel like the streets would say Lotto. I feel like mainstream would say Meg. The streets would say Lotto.
Okay, now that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. No, I ain't mad at that. I will say this though: double back on that Larry June and start around 8 or 9. That's what it starts sounding like Larry June. The first couple of joints, the production was off, but he getting his bag about 8, 9. That's when he started cooking. But the first half, the first half ain't it. All first initial thoughts. The first half ain't it, in my opinion. Next up, man, a former employee, high-ranking official in Kanye's crew, says that he is addicted. Kanye, that is addicted to nitrous oxide. I believe that is that laughing gas. I think that's laughing gas.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
See the niggas walking around with the big cans.
Yeah,
like them big aerosol cans. Yeah, that's what that is.
Niggas walking around with that is crazy.
That's
What?
why. Well, you see them. Well, where you at?
Y'all ain't seen
Where
that?
you live
Oh,
at,
nigga, the
dude?
kids is wild. I can't believe y'all ain't seen it.
Lou live in a bando. He ain't tell nobody.
Y'all niggas ain't been outside in Atlanta. Like niggas, they got
Nigga live in a
flavor
trailer
whippets and
park,
shit
nigga.
now.
What the fuck? The fuck?
Y'all tripping, bro. They got the big goddamn. It look like a fucking fire extinguisher. These niggas is walking around with dude hitting the whip it and blowing it out. This shit's
No
insane.
way.
Hey, AB, I must have been gone for a minute, but I ain't know
Bruh.
Lou hanging out with a new crowd and shit.
Bro, yeah, nah, bro. I ain't seen none of that shit. No fuck.
I swear to God, I'm gonna send y'all some pictures of it, man. Like niggas walking around with the big ass utility cans of whip it, man. It's insane.
I ain't
Well,
heard about
allegedly
that.
Kanye
I wanna say
is on it and on it heavy, which is causing concern for a lot of people. Apparently, there's a lot of bad side effects to it, and they're saying that the side effects are fitting the way he's been acting for the last couple of years. My question is, Lou, I'll start with you. Do you think it's a big deal, little deal, or no deal?
um it's not a big deal because I'm saying this respectfully, Kanye's an addict. Like if it's not alcohol, then it's sex. If it's not sex, then it's this. Like it's always like he's always let us know that he struggles with addiction. And this is the new popular thing. He's way too old to be doing. I've only seen kids like do it and it be popular among that age group. So it's surprising that it made it up to him. But not it's not surprising that he's addicted to something new. Like he's searching, it seems like he's searching for something to help just him from being all over the place. This is supposed to calm you down, help with anxiety, things of that nature is what laughing gas helps with. So I could see him getting like hooked on it, and it's not a big deal because he's been an addict, but it's not a good look either. One, is not a good look for this nigga whoever leaked it. Like you a bitch ass nigga for telling people that. What was the purpose in that? And two, is just when are we gonna get normal stories again from Kanye West? Is like that over? Is that done? Like, is it done for us not to look at him and say it ain't about Jewish people, it ain't about being addicted to drugs? It's he's working on this dope album or this dope film or this dope clothing line or whatever it may be. I wonder when will we ever, if it ever goes back to normal headlines from Kanye West. But no, it's not a surprise.
50K a month allegedly on his laughing gas habit. Big deal, little deal, or no deal?
Jesus.
It's a big deal to me based off what Lou just said. And to me, there's no in between with Kanye. Like it's either like it's not a big thing or like it's a really serious thing. And Lou, you reminded me back. This goes back to late registration. He got a song called "Addiction," where in the chorus he was like, "What you addicted? Like is it money, drugs, weed? Like I've been afflicted by 1, 2, and 3." And then you understand that he's bipolar, and then you understand that like all this stuff really stems from the loss of his mind. It's like I feel like I don't even want to try to hype it because you don't know. Like he could, fix himself. But I feel like we're seeing like how MJ kind of went. You know what I'm saying? Like, or it feels like on the path of like we may be, in a few years see somebody, if he doesn't clean himself up, see somebody like that really destroys himself, and we're witnessing the beginning of the end. Because once drugs come into a part like hard, like MJ was doing hard drugs like this type of stuff where it was like, bro, only a doctor really can give you that shit for real. I just don't know. I think, Lou, I disagree with you. I don't think the friend leaking this was a bad idea because now your people all over the place are going to be like, what's going on? Like they checking in. This may be something that, he needs to be confronted about, and there was no other way for them to do it outside of this. But it is a big deal. I think that Kanye's got to the point that we can't keep looking at the talent saying as long as he can make good music, then he's level-headed. Like at this point, it's like, you know what I'm saying? He's seeming like he's coming off the rails.
Yeah, it's been seeming like that for a minute. And this would be a big deal had this news not come out the weekend of his album dropping. I can't help but look at the timing and go, this is is this a coincidence? It always seems to be something when he's promoting something else. And he's past the point of it being a good thing or a bad thing in terms of news. It's just news. He knows what that does for his brand. his impressions. He's independent now, so he doesn't have that marketing budget like he used to. So you've got to get out there, and if it's a hashtag save Ye or whatever it was going over the weekend, it all coincided with him looking just fine doing his pop-up in Salt Lake City, and he had plenty of merch to sell, niggas, and all that was going online too. And so, right, I don't know anything about this laughing gas shit. I don't know how I didn't know you could be addicted to it. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it fucks your lungs up. I don't fucking know. But it's clear that Kanye hasn't been Kanye for several years now. This doesn't make me change that either way. But the timing is suspicious. That's my only. My homie sent me this and was like super concerned, and I was like, "Bro, his album just came out, bro. Like, I just it don't hit the same."
Yeah,
You don't
I
you
get
don't
you.
think he passed that point though? You don't think he passed that point using stuff like this as promotion and it's
No,
really
he
a
got to
problem?
sell, bro. He's still trying to sell records. He's trying to make attention. If anything, he's addicted to its attention. If anything, so
That's one of the things, many things that he's yeah.
So he still needs that. He still
It's
needs to
called
promote.
the whipping stuff is called Galaxy gas, and how people get access to it is they use it to get whipped cream out of the canister. So that's what the little thing. So that's how you can buy it in abundance like that. And people just been buying the gas and just hitting it like a cigar or smoking or something like that.
That sounds
It's
like
crazy.
a TikTok
Right.
challenge that goofy ass teenagers
That's
do.
what I'm about
I
to
think
say.
that might be where I seen it at TikTok, but no, niggas been doing like Gunna made this shit primarily popular because he been walking around with the canister doing it. I ain't gonna put nobody else's name on that I'm not sure about, but I know I seen Gunna walking around with he had it in his video. He got a little canister in his video and shit. So it's insane.
Well, we
I
ain't
can't remember
we
what
we ain't we don't do shit for
Man,
niggas no more, boy.
listen, bro. That's like a cigarette to them niggas. Like, you might as well
That's
for weed like a cigarette, nigga. That's regular tobacco.
Boy.
Niggas trying to
I
reinvent the
swear.
wheel
Crazy.
every day with new shit, bro. Like, nigga.
The new drugs.
Niggas try to put rims on that wheel too with
Bruh,
these
man,
drugs.
God damn. Fucking spinning worms, too.
And
Like,
to
what the fuck?
to speak to your point, AB, as far as him wanting to sell the album, though, there is Ty Dolla $ign on Atlantic, ain't that right?
Oh, I
I
don't know.
believe
gotta
that he's on
double check
Atlantic,
that.
but
Yeah.
the CEO or whoever ran Atlantic just got fired, Julie, whatever her name is, and in order to let Ty Dolla $ign do the album with Kanye West, they wanted 40% of the proceeds, and he agreed to it, but they was gonna let him pay him like whenever, just like installments and shit. But under the new regime, they like, nah, but we need that money now,
Bruh,
and they asking for they 40%.
Ty Dolla $ign on more than Atlantic, bro. He is the nigga that people talk about when he signed to another
Signed to a
nigga.
nigga, signed to another
He signed
nigga.
to Taylor Gang, Atlantic.
He signed the
Motown.
Taylor
Damn,
Gang.
Taylor Gang. That's crazy.
I think Taylor Gang, Atlantic, Motown, Pushes Inc. with him and YG.
Yeah.
Oh,
Taylor
he-
Gang. Being signed to Taylor Gang in 2024 is insane.
That's what they said. Well,
Crazy.
I mean, I'm just going off the wiki. They may be out of date, but right now he
Yeah.
got about 4 labels that he at least signed to Atlantic and Motown.
Yeah, so this album got to do it. He owe Atlantic 40% or whatever that Vultures 2 made, which is
And,
a
oh, yeah.
crazy deal to agree to.
That's cool.
Vultures wasn't that bad.
Two?
Y'all gas. Y'all
You talking about
gassed
one or
up.
two?
That
Y'all
shit was
gassed up.
garbage.
2.
Yeah, nah, it ain't.
Two
It didn't do
wasn't
nothing
that
for me,
bad.
bro.
It ain't Vultures 1, but it ain't that bad as a
See,
sequel.
Vultures 1 wasn't just like that shit like that, though, even though there was some joints on there, though. But, like, if you're not even matching that was already just okay. It was just some look cool. This one
This
didn't.
could be
I'm
after
a double back,
gas,
though.
AB.
It's what it was. It sounded like he was on Laughing Gas. That's what it did sound like. It sounded like that nigga was on Laughing Gas doing his album.
You get Vultures too, boy.
That's why
That's
nigga need an
exactly what it
intervention.
sounds like, man.
Oh,
Man.
shit.
You think
That's
it'll
funny,
help? Do you think an intervention will help him at this point?
Man, but they say
Depends on
that's
who
the
in the
thing,
room.
though. If you listen to people who have been around him or have worked with him, they say that he got
Mhm.
yes men around him 24/7, and that makes a lot of. There's been too many people to say that for it not to be true. So I don't even know if maybe an intervention would work. He needs to let a couple things fail. If a couple things fail and he falls on his face, then he might listen to somebody. But if he
Shit, I
continues
think-
to win, Man, he did the show
I
in
think
Utah. That motherfucker was packed. So
but the beef with Adidas has failed. I think this Vultures thing has failed, and
nah, the
like
Vultures thing hasn't failed though.
Vultures ain't failed.
really,
He just got the #1 song, bro.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he
From
had number one song
Vultures.
this year. This album did pretty decent numbers. He doing the listening parties, bro. It's 20,000 people at the listening party, dude.
yeah,
Like,
And
all
Adidas
right
paid
then.
him after he said all that
Yeah,
Jewish shit. Like,
he did get a payout.
what's a loss to Kanye, really? That's the question. Is
Jeez.
like, what does
mm,
like the biggest loss he got was his mama. That's the only loss we really seen of Kanye.
yeah,
And that was the biggest, like you
That was
said.
the biggest, and that's changed his. That's why I
Damn.
said it depends on who's in the room. Like, he removed all the real niggas in the room. That's why his music sound the way it do now. But
Mm,
if he has some real niggas in the room, yeah, they get him right.
yeah. TPAs, man. Thoughts and prayers. TAPs, I mean. All right, next, man. We got T-Pain. He was talking about the first deal that he got, which netted him 15% of the proceeds of the album. And the label, wait for it, got 85%. The upfront money was $40 million. Nick, do you think this is a good deal or did T-Pain get robbed?
I've been crunching the numbers, right? Because we know his first album was, you said his first deal. So like these like the first three
couple of
albums
albums.
he did.
Yeah,
And he came out the gate with heat and
yeah.
smashes. First three albums, I think up to Three Ring Circus. That's when it started kind of teetering off. But 40 mil back in the day is a number you ain't gonna see artists get these days. ASAP got signed for what, 5 mil when he had the Live Love ASAP the hit when he had his hits. 15% off of that. I'm gonna say it's a wash. I'm gonna say it's a wash.
Mm.
For him, think about it. It's a Tallahassee nigga who's a rapper
Yes.
turned singer getting 40 million upfront cash and you get 15% of all your albums. I think that's a wash.
Shit,
AB, what say you?
that's a win. It's a different W, nigga. That's a win. Fuck that. Because it could have went left. It could have not worked. True, it ended up working. And he is T-Pain, and you know, he changed the game with the auto-tune and all that. But that shit could have flopped. He could have fell on his face. His first 4 albums did do well. He has one #1 album, which was the second one. That was Epiphany. But this is Jive, and Jive is notorious for robbing niggas. A-Ball MJG complained about that. Outkast complained about that. Excuse me, not A-Ball MJG, UGK. I'm sorry. UGK complained about that.
Mhm.
So
Too short.
too short. You know what I mean? He could have, this could have flopped. Now they did well. He had 2 gold albums. The second one went double platinum. Man, give me them 40 M's, bro. Like, are you serious? The 40 M's for sure, or maybe a higher percentage off. I might do well. I get it. But if you smart with your investing, you can flip them 40 M's. That's more than enough, nigga. In 2005? Fuck out of here, bro. That's a dub. He'd have been hot at me on the interview. I'd have been looking at him like, what's the issue? Because he was trying to put it like he got robbed. And I'd been looking at him like, nigga, what? I don't give a fuck how much they made off of it. It's a gamble. And we're gonna speak to that in my put on later on, but that's a gamble when the label invests in you. 40 M's up front, nigga, and you a nobody? Bro, stop.
Yeah.
I slick don't believe him. It might be cap. Fuck it.
Yeah, I could see what you're saying with that, AB. Giving T-Pain 40 million, but those songs were smashes. I want to know what the negotiations were. Like if the smash songs were out, then I could see it because the label know how much money they're gonna make from it. And they put the battery in it and people start listening to it, they go up. So yeah, this is a W. Like it shouldn't even be an issue for him. I always trip when I hear niggas like him. This is similar to the Terrence Howard story when Terrence Howard's like, well, I didn't make a dime off It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. Like, yeah, nigga, you didn't write it. Nigga, it's not your song. Of course you didn't make a dime off of it. You did a movie. They gave you 15 grand or whatever it is for the movie. And he still be out here bitching about how much the song made, this, that, and the third. Like, bro, it's not your song. Kind of different from T-Pain, but not really in the sense of, like you said, AB, this is an investment. The bigger business has the leverage here. We know you'll take 40 million that's going to get us 85% of something that's going to make a whole lot of fucking money. Way more than $40 million. This is how business works, bro.
Maybe.
Now it's up to you. Yeah. And we might not even make our money back.
Right.
But we're going to give you the 40 mil because we know what we can do. But again, this is how business works. Like you got the leverage. You get to make the most on the back end, especially if you can afford the front end costs. That's just how, and that's business 101. So it's always confusing when niggas get more money and try to say, oh, well, I got more information now, so I feel like they cheated me back in the day. Like, no, nigga, that was on par for where you were back in the day. Now, of course, you got more leverage. You T fucking Pain. You can go in there and you can get a 90-10 split headed your way because you T-Pain and you got the history. People think you're gonna do it again. So yeah, this is a W, man. Take them 40 million. Like you can live off 40 million for the rest of your life. And all you gotta do is invest $1 million of it. You'll be able to make a couple 100,000 just off the interest payments, and then you good forever. So yeah, like you're good, bro.
We're not gonna
You
do
didn't
this,
get
y'all. We're not gonna do this. AB, I'm not gonna let you let Lou do the Jerry Jones talk.
He's right.
There's no urgency. Nah, nigga. When I
you gonna say
this, here's what it is. Here's why I can see the reason why I said it's a wash, because I really wanted to say it's more than likely an L based off the nigga that we know now. That's what I'm saying. Like, he betted on himself. The label didn't. He did. Or, well, he should have bet on himself. The label had more faith in him than he did on himself, because he could have said, all right, give me actually 10 mil and move that percentage up to at least 30 or 40. Because think about, no, listen.
This is standard, though. This is a standard deal.
Yeah, but yeah,
40 million
I get
ain't
that,
standard
but
for
I'm
no
saying,
motherfucking body.
Not a, that's
but
what I'm saying. The upfront payment is not standard. The 15 to 85 split is standard.
Nah, yeah.
But let's keep it a bean. Like, that deal sound like, when I heard that, I was like, bro, that's a outlier deal to me.
Gotta be.
As far as like even the percentage, because I'm expecting them to say like 5 to 10, not 15. And I don't know if he negotiated that or that's what they just offered. But I'm just saying, as far as 10 minutes, like, T-Pain is damn near an icon when it comes to his era and the things he did and how it translates to now. Because you can even talk, like, even now, before Future, like, it was really T-Pain that kind of catered us into this era that we're in now. And it's like, bruh, he would have made 40 million easy, if that, off of I'm Sprung. Think about all the other smashes. Like, Lou, that's like me telling you, like, I was like, Lou, give me $20. Let me get these 2 lottery tickets. If I win on either one of them, I'll just double your money that you gave me. And then you see me win $600 million, and I'm giving you $100, and you like, nigga, fuck that. and then I'm gonna hit you with the nah, nigga, I could have lost.
But if I agree to it up front, you would still be a petty ass nigga. But if I agree to it up front, ain't too much I can say.
Nah, because when that story is told, you gonna be the Terrence Howard Joe people talking about all that money, all this money this black ass nigga got. I could have had him.
300 million, gave me $10.
Nigga be in the corner store, nigga, complaining to the nitrous oxide niggas.
Oh, shit,
you'll see Lou.
Y'all won't believe what this nigga did, man. That's funny as hell.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
that's one of them cornerstone stories too.
Yeah, it's a wash. I think it's more a wash because yes, it's a great deal for the time, and he at least got some percentage. But he could have been damn near close to. I ain't gonna say $1 billion because it wasn't that big, but like, he could have gotten a lot more money than that.
If you look at what somebody like P had an 85% deal. And he was on Forbes. He was a perennial Forbes top 5 nigga for years. So I definitely get it. He did bet on himself. And sometimes you do that. And there's a lot of other motherfuckers that bet on themselves that work in call centers right now. So it's just kind of, nigga, it is what it is, dude. It might work.
They sell insurance.
Yeah, they work at Asurion, bro. Like,
but to Lou's point, if T-Pain at least probably had to have like 5 or 6 of them records in the tuck. You know what I'm saying? Because that first album had cuts, and then the second album just took it over, because that's where you get the bartender and all that shit.
For sure.
Like he had to at least know the Akon knew. You need to blame. We need to talk to Akon. He was the one who signed his ass. He was like, give this nigga 40 million and 15%. I guarantee he'll take that shit.
Akon used that nigga money to buy a whole city, nigga. That nigga went and bought a city in Africa with T-Pain money. That's how much money he missed out on.
Akon paying everybody like that.
Oh shit!
In Africa right now off of that.
Damn, that's funny. All right, man.
It's hindsight though, man. People looking at hindsight. That's it. But it's a win nonetheless. It worked out in his favor. He still has something he can live off of. The lottery ticket, you can't live off them $10 or the $5 that he gave you for the lottery ticket. He can live off them 40 M's and be straight. That's all.
Should be able to.
Next up, man, 50 Cent is back. He's got a new app. He teamed up with Lionsgate. He has jumped in what people are calling fast TV. That is free ad-supported television. So basically, it'll be an app that's free that'll have movies, TV shows, etc. It just have ads on it. That's how they make their bread. It is called, wait for it, G Unit. It's called 50 Cent Action.
Say no way.
Yeah, it's called 50 Cent Action. It's a partnership between Lionsgate and G Unit Television. Of course, we know, friend of the show, Dame Dash tried an app with original content. I don't know exactly where that stands right now, but other than him, this is pretty much uncharted territory. Unless you count like
85
maybe,
South.
who?
85 South do it.
Oh, shout out to
Yeah,
85
that's true.
South. Shout out to 85 South. He's the biggest artist that we've seen pull something like this. We've always talked about on the show, man. I wonder if Drake ever did an app or Beyonce ever did an app and just released their shit on there. How would it go? So I'll start with you, Nick. What do you think about 50's app? Do you see this being successful?
Right now, 50 can't lose in the entertainment world when it comes to television and movies. He's the first thing. He outside the MCU, he got the best cinematic universe. We want to keep it a big. But Power Book 2 Ghost right now is still hit. It's still hey, this last season,
it's solid. It's solid.
It's solid. You know what I mean? And he 50's has been, the one thing I will you got to tip your cap to with 50 is that he knows how to make great moves. Foresight. He got out of vitamin water early, and then we see what it is now. Like he has a lot of good foresight. So I think this is good. Now all the 50 content isn't great. So that's what's going to be the key. Like how much original program. Original program is hard for even some of the best networks doing it right now. So like him doing the ad supported thing is interesting. But it does remind me, I think what you were talking about, AB, as far as other artists doing this, I think Kanye's trying to do this with Ye. I think he's trying to come like with the Yeezy app and sell all his stuff out on there. So like I would bet more money on that than this. However, right now, I mean, I couldn't really bet against 50 because I really haven't seen him take a loss like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see this being the next Tubi? Lou, could it work?
That's what it made me think of when you were explaining it. Tubi. It's big companies that can't even figure the streaming shit out, man. Like we talking about like MGM and like people that have been in TV and movies for years. Like shit, Netflix is just now turning a profit. We know how long that shit's been around. So no, like this, yeah, it can be done, but if I'm 50 Cent, why would I want to allocate all of the time that it's going to take for it to happen? Like his lane is the movie lane. Like Nick said, he's built a great universe. Why not be the Dick Wolf of like Black TV? Have all the Law and Orders and different type of like 50 has a very good, unique storytelling ability. And if he put himself an effort into surrounding himself with better writers, better TV people, and just continuing to hash out what he has in TV, I'm feeling like that would be a lot more enjoyable for us as fans and beneficial to him. Like we talking about long-term rerun, all of that shit. If he can get this shit rolling like he could get it rolling with the creativity that he's shown with the Power and Universe. So I think this is, I won't say a waste of time because it could be big. It could be a home run. He could be the one that figures it out. Yes. And that's the intrigue of it. I get it. However, I feel like there's a more solidified lane that's all the roads are paved. The car is already sitting there. You just got to get in there and drive, bro. And he's trying to go fly off the runway and do something else. So I get the idea and I understand the appeal of it, but I don't think it's the right move in the sense of he got his footing. He got the TV studio. He has the shows already. He has the mind to do it. Just start surrounding yourself with people that are going to help you make better TV. Because we talked about this earlier, AB, like there is a gaping hole for Black TV and movies that we used to have, like Booty Call and shit, Friday, comedies, the rom-coms, like all of that.
Hood movies.
None of that stuff comes out. None of it comes out anymore. And if I got a studio down in Louisiana where he got it, and I got the pool that I already got in the TV world, like I'm running these motherfuckers out here like a factory. Stars, MGM, HBO, whoever want to come buy them, come buy them. I don't want to have to worry about maintaining an app and working with all these different creators and making sure that the app's full, dealing with advertisers and like, no, I ain't fuck all of that. I'm gonna do what I'm doing well, and that's TV. I feel like that's what he should.
I ain't gonna lie, I like everything about this. I'm gonna come clean, with the exception of the name. 50 Cent Action. That's ass. The name of the app is a song. What the
That
fuck
sound
is
like some that sound like some street porn.
That's what I'm saying, but I
Sound
don't
like
what
them
is that?
peekaboos in New York.
But they could have came up with something better than that. But I see what this is. Anybody want to guess how much Tubi got purchased for this year?
How much?
Tubi.
I say
I
100.
was 600 million.
I say 100 million.
440.
Damn.
So, and we know Tubi didn't get hot till probably like pandemic on.
Yeah, that was pretty.
It's been out, but it got hot when they found the formula during the pandemic. The reason I like this and the difference between Apple TV and Netflix and all those other platforms that are struggling to turn a profit is because they spent so much money up front on original content. Him teaming up with Lionsgate has, they say, 20,000 movies and shows already that will be on here. So this is essentially Lionsgate plus, air quote.
Yeah.
And they just attach 50's name on it because they will also house his Power TV series is on here. So, and I'm assuming new ones that come up in the future, which they're already, he probably linking up with them to produce them. And so that
makes a lot of sense because
I like this. Go ahead.
No, I was like, that makes a lot of sense because everybody was talking like they was wondering like why all the Power shows were getting like final seasons, like all the spinoffs. And he, 50's always been talking about how he be going against stars all day. He the Leroy. If you want to talk about anybody who is Leroy, is 50 Cent. Because he come at stars every season, anytime they leak something or some bullshit happen. So he's finally getting off stars. I guess he probably got to wait a few years before he can finally put all the uploads of all the Power spinoffs, and then he could probably continue on it on that platform, which will make it probably a top 5 app once you see Raising Cain, a new season comes out there, or Tommy's second season, or if whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? Like again, 50 don't lose.
Nah,
50 don't lose. So I didn't know the MGM part.
Yeah, the MGM part make it different. I agree with that.
And it's free. People will sit through ads. Nobody gives a shit. We're used to it. We got to watch ads on YouTube. You got to watch commercials on TV. Nobody cares. See, people thought that we cared too much about ads, and so that they paid top dollar to buy all these shows. And hey, you can watch here ad free. It just costs $12 a month, and then it costs $15, and then it costs $19, and then they realize, okay, wait a minute, motherfuckers is dipping. They don't give a shit about ads, and they're watching Tubi, which has ads. So this is smart, bro. The upfront cost is lowered. The barrier entry is much lower. You already have a catalog of movies and TV shows you can throw on here. Shit niggas ain't seen a hella long. I like this a lot. They just need to change the name. Name is trash.
Yeah, Lionsgate being, like you said, I thought they name only, but if you're getting all their content, it makes a lot more sense than what I said at first. So yeah, if he's getting their content, I was thinking his team would have to be responsible for procuring the movies and getting with the creators and shit. That would have been too much of a hassle, in my opinion.
This a mean play. It's a mean play. Only reason Tyler Perry ain't done this was because BET they backed the Brinks truck up. That's the only reason he ain't done this.
I'm surprised he don't own BET by now. That's how much.
I'm gonna say BET Plus is Tyler Perry Plus.
Basically,
like that's what it is.
Nah, that's true.
Thanks. All right, man. Before we get into these wins and the losses, West Side Gun came out talking about his new album, Fly God is an Awesome God 3. And wait for it, he goes the traditional rapper rollout and says, this will be the album of the year. AB, do you believe him? Nah,
I don't. And I didn't believe him when he said it last time. I didn't believe him when he said it the time before that or the time before that. He's in his WWE bag, WWF if you're old and washed like me. And I get it. He's hyping up the project. This is what New York niggas do. Fat Joe. Let Irv Gotti tell it. Everything he's ever put out is amazing. And if you just listen to him say it, it sounds like it. You would believe it. This is what New York niggas are really good at. Gassing up projects. Now, whether they live up to the hype or not is a different story. He's just doing his WWE thing, and I ain't mad at it. I'll check it out when I listen to it. Pull about 3 or 4 songs off of it that I'll like, and they'll most likely have Stove God on them. So, matter of fact, just put all the songs with Stove God at the front. Just go ahead and front load that. Put the 6 songs in that so I can get those out the way. I need those. Keep those, and then I'll take the 2 or 3 that I like from the leftovers. I like West Side Gun. I like his business acumen. I think the Griselda shine has lost some of the luster a little bit. You don't really hear I didn't hear Benny say Griselda once on the project. Conway doing his thing. These niggas are all in different spaces. It's not a machine anymore like how it once looked. And so Westside, who was supposed to retire 5 times, is back putting out a new project. So will it be album of the year? I doubt it. He's not that talented of a rapper, but he's a really good salesman and a good businessman. And I'm a fan, so I'm gonna check him out.
Nick, what say you?
I like West Side Gun. And obviously, I'll answer this question real quick. No, it's not going to be the album of the year. But I really wanted to add, I was thinking like, who has really like this? Y'all need to make a list. There should be a list of like who actually had said album of the year and had album of the year. It was actually, I know it's a short list. So I just want to see
short.
who would actually be on it, because obviously, like we just get used to people saying it, but somebody did like.
Killer Mike called that last year though.
He
did say he would win a Grammy. He said he was going to win album of the year.
I think Pusha T did the same thing too.
He did with that first of the Daytona.
The Daytona, yeah. And I don't know if Kanye did it at one time.
I was just going to say, I think Kanye for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah, I think that's what I was going to say, Doctor.
He wasn't saying that for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I thought he did.
That's pre-social media.
That was the first.
Well, let me think. Was that pre-social?
Because I thought he said it about that.
He was talking about it. He was saying that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was going to be different and like it's going to be one of the best albums ever. I thought he said that.
I don't remember. I'm not gonna.
I can't quote him for sure, but I thought he said that.
I thought he said about that album or Watch the Throne, because it's crazy they both dropped. I think either within the same year or like 6 months apart, which is insane.
Yeah, that's Jesus. That's a fact. Niggas was on that nitrous oxide in the studio, nigga. Niggas was cooking.
Hey, he was on that nitrous oxide. I think that's why he been on it since.
That's why he came back. Yeah, that's why he went back to it, nigga. I agree with you guys. No, not gonna be the album of the year. He just don't. I mean, unless it's gonna be heavy, it's a compilation or something like that. Then yeah, maybe if he put together a good compilation. But just from a skill set standpoint, he ain't got the fortitude to have an album of the year. I would be very shocked if it's him carrying most of the album in his album of the year. And that's no disrespect to him. I share the same sentiments as you, AB. I love his business acumen, great salesman, marketing. 100%. So he's really good at all of those things. It's just rapping is the last thing on that list that he's really good at. So that's you're going to have to be a good rapper probably to have album of the year. But I do have a question for you guys. Do y'all have a favorite so far for your album of the year? Or have you not thought about it yet?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let me see what like.
See, that requires me to remember what all them came out this year. That's the problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like Schoolboy shit. I thought Schoolboy shit was dope.
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah, that shit was
Schoolboy, Vince Staples.
Vince Staples shit was dope.
Vince Staples, yep.
I really like Common album, and I know that sounds crazy, but that shit banging though. I fuck with that.
Common is banging. Yeah, the Common is banging as well.
I would say that Gunna. That's my top 3. Schoolboy, Gunna, and
I like both the Futures though. I ain't gonna lie.
That 21 Savage American Dream came out.
That's true.
Oh yeah, American Dream. That was good too.
That was dope.
It's actually been a good, it's been a good run.
Wyatt is kept. It's been a solid year on the low.
Probably my favorite album right now, just not as mainstream as all the rest of those guys. Friend to the show. That Star Lido. I really
that shit crazy.
I sit with that album again this year. Like he did a lot of growing up on that album. Fire.
Yeah, it's tough.
I don't know if you're familiar. He from Nashville, Nick. You should check it out, but it's fire. It's really good album. But yeah, man, I thought that was interesting. What we got next, AB?
Man, real quick, Yachty had friend or foe turned friend, maybe Joe Budden on his podcast. If y'all remember, Joe gave Yachty a hard time on what was the show with him and Act on Complex?
Everyday Struggle.
Everyday Struggle. Gave Yachty a hard time being a youngster in the game. Joe was playing to get off my lawn role. Looks like he's won him over. Yachty's still here, still popular by all accounts. But Joe asked, bro, if given a beat, like, you couldn't do nothing with me and I'm retired. Yachty was like, fam, stop. I would wash you on a song today. Nick, Who's washing who? Yachty or Joe Budden?
Um, it.
Because Joe said it
Joe
depends on who
on
the
the
beat is.
the Joe got the can with him, or we go clean Joe. Nah, I want to be ignorant. Honestly, I want to be ignorant because I've heard remnants of Yachty trying like rapping, like taking it serious, and it's actually more impressive than what you would think.
Yeah, him and J.
So I don't
Cole,
know if
that comes to mind.
I wanna kind of roll the dice and say Yachty, when a motivated Yachty could kind of sneak up and steal a
Get
verse.
out of here, man.
But I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the vet. I'm gonna go with the vet. I'm going to vet. I'm going to vet.
Lou, what do you think? Does he have a
I
snowball's chance in hell?
He does.
No, he does not. This is like Joe said on the interview in the clip I seen. He was like, bro, if this would be mad disrespectful, like if I wasn't just in a new retired space, like it wouldn't even be a consideration. Like Joe Budden, regardless of people like him or not, how polarizing he is, like bar for bar, he one of the best rappers that ever did. Like I don't think anybody that can deny him that. Not so true for Yachty. He may not even be in the top 150. And that ain't taking anything away from him. It's just saying he's not a lyricist, bro. Like I've never, and I'm ignorant to Lil Yachty. I've never put on a song like, man, Yachty ripped that, no.
You
like
lying.
it may be
You
some
lying.
stuff out
You
there.
lying.
It may be some stuff out there, Nick. It might be. I'm
Him
not
and
saying
Cole
that it's not. I've never
pretty
seen
solid.
it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You heard that.
But
It was solid.
But bro, I've
For
heard
him.
Joe Budden like I've heard Joe Budden behead niggas on records. Like this was like you wasn't outside, Nick. It was you was in diapers. And shit. So I could understand you saying that, but bro, like I would have if Joe was in a different space. If this wasn't the Joe Budden we had now, he would have walked out of that interview for this whole like question. But he did say something too. It matters on the beat. And he said if we get one of them Alchemist beats that Yachty claim he can make, then it ain't even no question Joe Budden. But if it's one of them if it's one of them Lil Yachty video gamer beats and you got to catch a weird pocket, then maybe he's got a shot. Maybe his flow or he'll say something cool or it'll be catchy, similar to Not Like Us or something. But no, this is not happening. This is not happening on any planet.
Yeah, the only way it happens is if Joe Budden is just stupid rusty. Like he literally just hasn't rapped in 10 years and he tried to rap and it sounds too old school. You know, the nigga ain't really caught up with the times and he tried to rap and it sound like 04.
Like how them niggas sound when they just get out.
Yeah,
how sound when they just get out of jail. Yeah.
How niggas sound when they just get out of jail, bro. You like, nigga, what? That's the only way it could happen. Now, Yachty has shown, again, like with some of the Concrete Boy stuff where he's over like a sample loop, or with the J. Cole record, that he tries to be more lyrical and not so auto-tune swaggy or whatever the case may be. But no, Joe Budden is he's one of the best, or he was one of the best. It's been a minute. He ain't been in the booth in a stretch. So he would have to dust off a little bit of rust, but it's not close, bro. Joe Budden is a lyricist. Yachty is not. That's at the end of the day, and that's okay.
Okay, Lou, you brought up a good thing. You said Joe is one of the best to ever do it, but is he top 50?
Yeah.
Just lyricists.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is he top 25?
He might be, bro.
Yeah.
He might be.
He's top 20.
Rapping bar for bar, he might be top 15 probably.
You think you put him in?
It ain't. Yeah, I would say it ain't. It's probably 14 niggas that like you can go in there with Joe Budden and he had better verse than they had a better verse.
Joe Budden or Royce? Who higher?
Like
Give me Royce.
Really?
Dude, that's close.
Yeah,
that's close.
Really, that's really close.
Give me Royce.
That's really close.
Give me Royce.
That's so close. I don't know, man. You listen to that Move Music 3, though. He got one on that nigga. Bring me to tears right now, nigga. That nigga spitting on that.
Joe Budden got one of the best stories ever told.
Yeah.
One of the Move Music where he told a story about the stripper and shit that had like AIDS. That shit was fire. I think it's called Dreams or something.
That shit.
But yeah, Joe a beast, man. People forget. That's what happens when you get successful in more than one thing, and like niggas forgot how cold Joe Budden was.
Right.
Like he ain't always just been a loudmouth.
Put y'all leave us a comment. Joe Budden, lyricist, lyrical ability only. Let us know top what? Top 10, top 20, top 30, tell us where you think he falls in hip hop. Where you got him, Nick?
I was comfortable with top 25. And then Lou
Okay.
said top 15, and I'm like, I feel
That's
like I can
close.
name. I feel like I named 15 lyricists that like they like you picking their verse over Buttons.
Are you,
Mm.
Fab or Joe?
I only believe you gotta think about it that hard.
It's Fab, bro.
I'm lyricist.
What?
I was gonna say Joe actually.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
prefer Fab,
Hey,
but
I mean, Fab makes
lyricist,
better music for sure.
yeah. But bars, like, yeah, I'm going Joe.
One nigga I would say hands down, I wouldn't have to think about it that much is Lupe.
That's fair.
Lupe probably that's one of the 14.
Scarface. Are you counting him?
Oh yeah, Scarface definitely. He's in the
Scarface
goated.
got him. Yeah,
He's like 10. He's top 10.
That's
Like
what
that's what
facts.
I'm.
I don't know.
I
I feel
was
like that
just
might be
listening to that Deeply
15.
Rooted this weekend.
15 to 25 is the sweet spot. I'm gonna be honest. I think it might be
Yeah,
the
that's
sweet.
it. It's right in there. It's
Okay.
right in there.
Real quick, man, before we get to
All right,
these
what we got next?
in these losses, man. Update on the PNB Rock trial. 3 hours of deliberation. Compton jury found Freddie Trone guilty of 1 count of felony murder and conspiracy to commit robbery, along with 2 counts of second-degree robbery. And his co-defendant, Tremont Jones, was found guilty of 2 counts of second-degree robbery and 1 count of conspiracy to commit robbery. He was not charged with the murder. Of course, we know the gunman was Trone's son, who was 17 then, and so his case is currently in juvenile court. Are you surprised that the dad got a felony murder count, even though he was not the trigger man, Lou?
No, because I mean they're gonna go all the way back to, especially if he ordered the hit. This is like on some. It's not as big as a RICO shit because there's no ongoing criminal enterprise. But yeah, it's like if you hire somebody to kill your somebody, like they're gonna come get you too, if the paper trail allows them to. I wanted to say this was strange to send your son out to do it, but I feel like this is just LA gang shit. This is just a culture that nationwide many people are not familiar with. So like it seems crazy and insane for a nigga to be like, I sent my son to go rob PNB Rock, but I feel like it's a more common thing out there that a lot of people really don't know about. Like it's gang shit, bro. Like he was in the wrong place. The OG seen him, sent the young nigga out. The young nigga just happened to be his son. I can't tell if his son told or they just figured it out. I don't know how they were able to tie it back to the dad.
Cameras,
But yeah,
cameras and phone
cameras.
records.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So yeah, I feel like this is just some LA shit, man. Like this is why like LA is a different world. Niggas really try to act like it's sweet out there because of the palm trees and the good weather. But yeah, this is normal gang shit from all the shit that I've seen, watched, heard, or know.
The
But yeah,
the
it's a sad story.
the co-defendant allegedly called the dad and was like, "Yo, this nigga in here iced the fuck up." The dad
Mm.
met up with the dude, seen he was in there, then left, picked his son up, came and allegedly told his son to go. And so his son runs out the car, does what he does, and then he runs out, jumps in the car with
That's
him, and
crazy.
drives off.
That's crazy.
Allegedly,
You
that's
gotta
how
be
it went down.
starving. You know how you gotta be starving to do that, nigga.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
I
That's
don't
that,
even. I
I
don't
don't know
even
if that's
think.
I don't know if that's LA gang shit. That's broke shit. That's poor shit. That's poor mindset, poor pockets. That's hungry. That's starving. That's ignorant. That's broke. That's poor shit, bro. I don't know if that's LA gang shit. It's that niggas will do you, line you up like that in Milwaukee, bro. To be honest with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'll say this though. Like, I just think that it's Lou. To your point, I think that is like a LA culture thing. Like what's what they call it, the what's YG always talking about when he kicking indoors and shit like that, the
Okay.
flockers and shit, like,
Yeah.
yeah, flocking and all that shit. Like that's just what, like, they was talking about all them robberies that was happening at all them big fancy stores and shit that was all happening on the West Coast. Like that's just, think about how the wealth disparity and the classism on that West Coast, how it is. Like when niggas is broke in the West Coast, they ain't broke as shit. But like over
Mhm.
here, they'll probably be a decent bum or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You probably lower class, but over there you broke as shit. So yeah, I think it's just like, if we can eat, we can eat. I don't even think it's more about being broke. I think it's just like survival out there like that. But it is fucked up to have your son do that shit. Cause but like both your lives is done. Like
Yeah.
that's your legacy right there. You know what I'm saying? Like both of y'all fucked up over like some dumb shit. But I do think like it's more common that people just rob people out in the West Coast because like everybody got all their money out. That's where all the rich people be at.
Yeah, and your defenses are down. One, you said a great thing, Nick, and you as well, AB. One, your defenses are down. It's beautiful out here. Like if you've been to LA before, like you really can't tell what the hood is and what ain't. Like a motherfucker, if you out there just lollygagging bullshit, a motherfucker gotta tell you, hey, bro, you on the wrong, you in the wrong spot, my nigga. Some places are more obvious than others. So I feel like PNB not being from there and just going, I'm just going to get something to eat. You're right, AB, it can happen in Milwaukee. I'm not sure how the Milwaukee niggas are going to, how confident they are that they're gonna get away with it. This nigga got a phone call, went up at it to confirm, left, go back to pick his son up. Like he thought he was gonna get away with this. This is a common thing, it sounds like, that he do. It just so happened that this happened to be PNB, and we caught this nigga slipping. It's a bigger lick than we usually get. But I feel like if it could have been a random nigga from out of town that just had some money and had a little ice on, they would have got him too and done the same thing because that's what they do. I don't know if people feel like in other places that they can get away with it as like they do in LA.
Man, if these niggas thought they was gonna get away with a murder robbery in broad daylight in a restaurant full of people eating chicken and waffles, bro, these niggas is ill.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Like,
and
I'm sure they thought they was gonna walk up out of there, bro.
A third defendant is the stepmom, who pleaded no contest to accessory after the facts. Her sentencing is scheduled for January. So the whole fam is gonna be doing time. That shit crazy. Before we get out of here, though, wins and losses. Rick Ross being sued by a disabled man because he could not have wheelchair access to the car show, even though he was promised wheelchair access to the car show. Lewis is won or loss. He sold his car, by the way, to be at the car show.
This is a crazy story. This is a loss, man. Rick Ross. Hey, selling your car to go to a Rick Ross car show and you get there and they ain't got the ramps so you can get full access is crazy. So that's a loss for him, man, putting that much on the line. And I feel like Ross could need to throw him something. Like it ain't necessarily got to be a sue or anything like that, but that man sold his car. You don't want this story to get ugly. Or Ross ain't had a lot of good press lately. So yeah, this is a loss. It's just an ugly situation all the way around, man.
Nick.
Unfortunate.
I'm laughing because I know somebody who told us like, yeah, bro, his house big as shit. He probably got a ramp or something.
Nigga was out there stuck in the field. Nigga got stuck in the mud, man. He couldn't even move the wheelchair.
This nigga had to watch the car show through a big ass window.
That nigga rolled me over there. Nigga, we can't, bro. I'm sorry.
This nigga, his car show got a hybrid reservation for it, nigga. You get a Zoom link. That's what they gave him.
He said the wheelchair accessible shuttle bus was supposed to pick him up and take him to the event, and it never came.
Oh man, they gassed on the bus stop. Oh man,
no, he was already sitting. He was just at the stop.
It's like in movies when the niggas daddy say they coming and they just go from they do the little montage, you get day to night, leaves start falling, this shit. That nigga sit down.
They said he is suing for. Listen, they say he is suing for a violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Now, I will say in the comments of the post of this, I see a whole lot of people say people in wheelchairs do this all the time. They be having frivolous lawsuits based on this act, and they be trying to get over. But not to say that's what this is, but that was a lot of comments though on the post.
I mean, if he was promised those things, then he does have a case. And the fact that his car was sold means that he was supposed to at least guarantee attendance in that motherfucker. But
that's
nuts. But
Damn, bro.
Yeah. If you ain't got a ramp in 2024 and you got a house like that, come on. That is I'm more surprised that he doesn't have a ramp for the house.
That's
but but he got swindled though. Swindling somebody with a disability is that's a new low for Ross.
Hey, I'm waiting on the Instagram. He ain't gonna post about this because man, let me tell you, that post would have been funny. I do know that.
But somebody else was hot at him for that. He bought the table and was supposed to get some time with Ross, and Ross kept moving it. So some dude was complaining about that. I think he spent like 20, 30 bands.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Ross be he a Miami boy.
Florida, Florida boy.
Dade County.
Then Ross liked that post, which made it even funnier about the whole I'm getting swindled. That shit was funny. Speaking of Ross, WRL Icarus, who was that, you asked? That was the OVO representative over in Vancouver that hit Ross in his jaw after dropping the Not Like Us song. He drops a diss record aimed at Rick Ross, man. Nick, is this a W or an L for Icarus?
This is a nothing burger because I don't even know who the Icarus that I acknowledge is a Hercules, thinking or whatever Greek mythology I'm thinking about. This this nigga try to, I don't know what he doing, but no one cares, bro. No one cares.
Low.
Big loss. He milking this, bro. Like you got your victory. You hit Ross in the jaw, bro. I know he's a rapper. I get it. But come on, bro. This shit was like it took you a month to do the diss song. You should have had that on deck. Shows you not a professional, nigga. Like it been a month or two since this shit happened, right?
Yeah, feel
Like
like
nigga,
it.
we waiting. Ain't nobody waiting. Yeah, ain't nobody waiting this long for you to do the
Hell
Ross
no.
diss and try to get 15 more minutes of fame, nigga. Like, nah, your shit up, nigga. 15 minutes is up. Get out. We don't want to hear it. Bye. So yeah, it's a
Yeah.
loss.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. He should have dropped this the next night. Now that
Yeah,
you
you don't get to
capitalize
double
off
back,
that
nigga.
shit, if you want to
Yeah.
do that, then that's a W. Get you some streams. It's way we don't forgot about this shit. Raw's been low. Drake done put out 3,000 gigs of content since then. We won't even remember you, bro. Like this shit is getting
Right.
this shit getting buried under the like it's like on the back of the 5th page of the news, but it's a wrap.
Did y'all try and listen to the song?
I saw a clip on social media. It sounded some small though.
Yeah.
I about to say the biggest hit he got is when he punched Ross.
Yeah, that was it, man.
Grand opening, grand closing.
That's the biggest hit he gonna get.
That was it. Next up, last one before we get out of here, man. The Olympics just went off. Olympics was popping over in Paris. Breakdancing was featured as an Olympic sport. Lou, was this a win or a loss?
It was both. It was a win because we know where breakdancing started. It's hip hop and it's on a world stage. It was a loss for the lack of representation as far as just seeing where it's originated, knowing how it started, and not seeing anybody that looks like that doing it. Like that shit looked goofy, but it was mainly like some of them was getting off. I give it to them, but it would have if it had some color to it, some blackness to it, it would have been a lot much more fly. So it's a win because it made it there, and breakdancing is an Olympic sport, but a loss because we weren't represented properly.
Nick.
Yeah, I'm with Lou on that. The Asian community was having all them other little games on lock, bro. I was watching the ping pong tournament.
Badminton. Them niggas cold in
all them other
badminton.
like that's how they be getting all the medals because they be into them. We care about the big shit the most, that like the gladiator shit. But these motherfuckers, I seen them, bro. They was breakdancing. It's like, bro, where we at? You know what I'm saying? Like they don't like it when niggas dance anyway these days. That's probably why we ain't got nobody over there. But I do like the fact that the Olympics is being more experimental with like how they with their competitions and with all that. I find it even more entertaining and gives you kind of something to look forward to. And then to find out that LA is gonna host it in 2028 is like that. I'm thinking about shit slide out
Yeah,
there.
I think I want to get out there.
Yeah, see what it do. But yeah, I do like it, but it is a loss that we ain't got no black folks in there.
Nigga, they finna had a Katrina wave come through Compton, nigga, before these Olympics. Oh, dude,
they clearing all that out.
Oh yeah, they
clearing all of that out, nigga.
Hey Lou, have y'all been to where Slauson and Compton and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all like right by each other.
Facts.
They can do a
sweep, nigga. The Fed's finna do a sweep, as Future said, nigga. It is over for that shit. They probably done started already, nigga. It's gonna be hard out there on them niggas.
You can't even wear the American flag over there. Red and blue.
Nigga.
Hell no.
What?
Niggas will be conflicted like a motherfucker. Hey, nigga, who you rapping? Hey, cuz.
Who you with, nigga?
Who you with?
Nigga, fuck that America shit, nigga. What block you claim out here, nigga? Got that red and blue on.
No, this was fun. I'm saying this was a W just because of the jokes. Social media was hilarious when this shit was popping off. But you can kiss it goodbye though, because it will not be in the 2028 Olympics. Boxing is supposed to be out too, but they are adding baseball, softball, lacrosse, and cricket.
Baseball, softball.
Damn, I'm surprised they took boxing out.
Yeah. Boxing is supposed to be on the way out. And then skateboarding, sport climbing, and surfing will transition to permanent events as well. The budget for 2028, $6.8 billion. That flood is coming soon. Trust and believe.
Yes. Facts.
6.8 B's on the line, nigga. Listen.
Man.
6.8 B's.
It's gonna be the safest LA ever been in the next 2 years.
That's a country's that's a country's whole net worth. There's about two of them.
Jesus Christ.
Skid Row gonna be clean as fuck, bro.
What homeless people? What homeless people, nigga?
That is true. That's the thing that I'm paying attention. Like, where are they gonna put them homeless?
Where they gonna put all them homeless people? Exactly.
I think they're gonna put them in low income housing. I think they'll be, or whatever they call that shit now. Kind of like what T.I. did down here, where they look nice, kind of look like apartments. I think they're gonna do a bunch of those over there. Yeah. That's my
hopefully
guess.
So, man.
On deck of the week, man, before we get out of here, shout out to Tony Robinson, 4974 on YouTube. He said Trap should be the name of the Diddy documentary. We shitted on the movie Trap.
What should be the name of it?
Trap.
Oh, Trap.
We shitted on the movie. He said they should have called the Diddy documentary Trap. I'm not watching no Diddy documentaries, though. I ain't gonna lie, though. I'm cool on that shit. I'll let y'all have
I'm gonna check it out.
I think I'm gonna pass.
Did you watch Carisha interview?
No.
I watched the pieces of it on that posted.
No.
And I got filled in with the rest, but I seen she walked all the way back. Like, she was like, look, nigga, my experience with that nigga ain't what you had. Don't put that on me.
You weren't finna say nothing real on there. We know what that. I mean, that wasn't.
That was all about cleaning up her brand because she was.
That's what I'm saying. She probably sold some shit on there. I'm sure she got some lip gloss or something she was pushing. At least she better have been. Okay, put on. What you got for me, Nick?
This weekend coming out, or at least by the time this comes out, this probably already came out. Alien Romulus. I'm gonna go check that out. The latest film in the Alien franchise. Fuck with, they got a nigga in there, so I'm just buying a ticket to see if he gonna make it out.
Nigga finna get 8 first, nigga, right off the plate, nigga. Alien finna fuck him up.
in the trailer, I ain't seen the alien attack him yet, so I'm hoping he make it out with the white girl. As long as he stick to the white girl.
That's funny.
I'm checking that out. Yeah.
I ain't never seen an Alien movie. That's crazy.
Me neither. Speaking of that same black dude, he plays in a new HBO show that just premiered again last night, season 3 of Industry. If you are familiar, then you know what the vibes are. If you're not, real short 8-episode seasons, 1 and 2. Really, really cool story set in Britain about the stock trading or whatnot. It's been described as Euphoria meets Succession, if you need a tagline to bring you in. But solid first episode. We're going to do some reviews on it with frames per second. Y'all stay tuned to that. But it's called Industry on HBO Max. And that same black dude in there. It's an alien.
That's funny. I got a documentary to check out. I know we talk a lot of, obviously we talk hip hop shit, but for anybody interested in other genres of music, check out Dirty Pop on Netflix. It's a 3-part series on the dude who discovered Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and how he got caught up in his whole shit. I had no idea about the story, how he ended up locked up and all that shit. It's really dope. Obviously everybody knows the groups and the songs and all the big records and shit, but I had no fucking clue that, first of all, the same person discovered both them groups is insane. That's number one. And then number two, the nigga was scamming the whole time. And it's a crazy story. It's definitely worth checking that. It's wild, bro. Like,
what was the name of it?
Dirty Pop. It's on Netflix. His name Lou Pearlman. You probably seen his face. He like a fat white dude.
He sound like a swindle. He sound like a swindle ass nigga.
Bro, he was so full of shit, bro. That nigga, it's amazing how long, but nigga was scamming for 30 years, bro. He was scamming people to invest. Man, it's wild, bro. That nigga was getting away with that shit. This shit crazy. But anyway, definitely worth checking out, man. It's interesting as fuck. 30-year scam is insane. Oh man, another episode in the books. Appreciate Nick. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Anything else you want to plug while you're here, man?
Just become a patron for Frames Per Second podcast. Lou mentioned the mainstream, but we also have some solo reviews that's coming up to make y'all want to check out. Check out Dead End Sports as well. Every Tuesday night we back. Football is back.
Yes.
We are doing our countdowns of our top positions, with this one coming up for our live show tomorrow on YouTube, Dead End Sports, or youtube.com/Dead End Sports. We're doing our top 10 wide receivers going into the 2024 season.
You got to get AB to pull up on Dead End Sports. It'd just be too late for him, Nick. But we got to get him.
Yeah, I'm about to say he was yawning in this.
Listen, I'm sleepy as fuck. I got a bedtime. But yeah, fantasy football coming up too, man. Like, yeah, I'm listening. My Packers, we primed to win this chip, so I'm down. Anytime y'all want to talk NFC.
Hey, Jordan Love looked good in that preseason game.
Jordan Love did look good.
Yeah,
Caleb Williams looked good for the Bears too.
I agree. Nah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Man, again, guys, appreciate you rocking with us. YouTube.com/OnDeckTV Show. Hit us up on social medias and leave a comment. Where do you got Joe Budden as a lyricist? Top what? Fill in a blank with a number. Until next time, we out.